Hey guys, Rahul here. Today we're going to have a look at the new gadget brought to Battlefield 4 through the Dragon's Teeth DLC, the Riot Shield. To unlock it, you need to simply complete the Vanguard challenge, which requires you to be at least rank 10, own Dragon's Teeth, and to play at least one of the maps. After you completed those 3 things, you'll unlock 3 more challenges, which are the 5 savior kills, which means you have to kill someone shooting at your teammates 5 times, get 20 suppression assists, which means you have to suppress 20 enemies whilst your teammate kills them, and finally destroy 3 explosives, which is pretty much self-explanatory. These challenges are really easy to complete, and if you're going around with a squad, you can have them all done within no time and you'll get your Riot Shield fairly quickly. In real life, you have Riot Shields and Ballistic Shields. Now in game, it is called the Riot Shield, however I am more inclined to believe that the actual one we are using is the Ballistic Shield. Riot Shields are mainly used by the police, but some military organizations choose to have them as well. The military organizations mainly do use the Ballistic Shields however. Riot Shields are exclusively long enough to cover the average sized man from the top of the head to the knees. Some of the Riot Shields are also designed to be bulletproof against low velocity handgun and shotgun ammunition, however most are not. This is because they are generally intended to be used in riot control to protect the user from shrapnel, thrown projectiles, and splash from various weapons such as the Molotov cocktail. These can also be used as short-range melee weapons to push back rioters. Riot Shields are not only used by the police but also sometimes protesters. These however are usually homemade out of ordinary everyday items. The shield we do see in game, like I said, is in fact the Ballistic Shield, which is more designed to withstand high range of high velocity projectiles fired from modern weaponry such as handguns, long range shotguns and long range rifles. So these are going to be like the ones you're more seeing in the military and stuff, and they're used mainly when you're going into buildings. The guy in the front would use it, and you'll see him using it like that. In game, we do see the Riot Shield to be used quite as it would be in real life, using it as cover, going into buildings. We've got it all there. It also comes with the cool addition of having your very own emblem on the front, much like we see in other games such as Call of Duty Black Ops 2. The stats of the weapon are quite mediocre, and I personally use this more as cover than a killing machine. It deals around 33 damage per hit, so you can usually take out an enemy in 3, though occasionally it will do less and you'll be screwed. The effective range of the shield is around 1 meter, so after which it'll be like using a bullet absorbing potato. In fact, it'll be worse than that because potatoes you can actually eat. Now the glass on the Riot Shield is also quite flimsy and can be taken out fairly quickly. When using the shield for the first time in game, I was very let down, as after first hearing it was going to be included in Battlefield 4, I thought it would be very much like the one we saw in Battlefield Hardline. After all the copying which had taken place, couldn't they have at least copied the shield? In Hardline, when you weren't actually using the shield, it was placed neatly on your back and would protect you from all the backfire which you would be having. This made it very effective when going into rooms, as you could be protected from the back or the front depending on where you had it. In Battlefield 4, the only real way I've seen it to be effective is to when you're actually using it and using it as cover. When you're moving around the levels, you can search for targets with it, and once you spot them, you can try and take them out with your primary weapon. It is good, I guess, because you can go over to windows and stuff, or places where you would just be able to see through with your head, and then use it, because then if enemies shoot at you, you won't get hit, but you can also then spot them, move back into cover, pull out your primary, then quickly pop and take them out. However, if you are spotted, you can just crouch and absorb the bullets, because when you are standing, it does mean that your legs will be exposed. Also, when you're moving whilst you're crouched, you don't move whilst you're fully crouched. You do get up a slight bit and then your legs do become exposed. But don't be worried because most of the time the enemies don't actually go for the legs. They'll try and hit your head, and even if they do go for the legs, you can just stop, as the legs do have a really low damage multiplier. Now you have to be wary, like I said before, as the glass is very weak. One sniper round, a few AR shots, and it is completely gone. I've also had the pleasure of breaking it just because I jumped off a 2-meter tall box. It is very glitchy in that way, so you're gonna have to be very careful when you're moving around the map. But once the glass is gone, you can be shot straight through it, so it probably means it's time to fall back and take some real cover behind a wall, in a ditch, or just somewhere where you can't get shot. Though if you are feeling pretty brave, you can carry on with it. I mean, not many people have shot me right through after they've hit the glass right through and hit me in the head, because I don't know, maybe their aim isn't all that great. I guess because now, or during this week, I think loads of new players are coming onto the game, as it is free for some time. I don't exactly know how it works, but I know it's free. So if you in fact don't even have Battlefield 4, just go on Origin, and I'm guessing you can get it for free whilst it is available for free. And once you do have the Riot Shield, it is quite good to go around with a squad and become the entry spotter. This means that when you are going into buildings, you go in first with your squad, and it means that you can spot enemies first, then your teammates can throw some flashbangs in and come in and just mop up all the rest of the enemies. It's a really good tactic to use, and it is one I'm trying to use now that I am playing with a squad. But that is it, the Riot Shield. I do wish it was better, as there was great potential for it, but now it can just be seen to be one of the gadgets that no one uses. I guess it's sad really, because I had hoped to see it be something like we saw in Rainbow Six Siege, where you can have your pistol out in front of it while still being covered by the shield. And it wouldn't be too overpowered too, as you could still get shot in the arm, and they could limit the pistol to only having hipfire accuracy. This would make it balanced, and it would still be fun to use. There are literally tons of ways you could have improved the shield, but I guess what we've got is what we've got, so we'll have to deal with it. I'm Rahul, hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you on the battlefield.